Welcome back to Matt Chat Podcast with myself, Paul Ciatto, Christopher Shay,
how's it going?
Producer extraordinaire Peter Olberg, and cousin Frank Ciatto back.
Yeah, baby.
He's back again for a very special episode today, man shit. We're going back to the normal topic matter that we like the most.
Absolutely.
And it seems like our viewership keeps sending us stuff. Bring back the man stuff. Bring back the man stuff. You got Ric Flair shirt. You got a camouflage hunting hat, and you got maritime.
And anything with blue on me just looks like I'm got some man shit going on.
And you messed it up already. You messed it up already.
Dude, he's got a camo hat on. Man shit and camo.
Ric Flair. Woo! Camo hat. No. What does it say in the front?
Maritime, bro.
Maritime. Yeah, that's military shit.
Yeah. Okay.
Hell yeah. All right, I'm in.
So the heck with your blue shit. I got a blue shirt on too. What does that
Yeah,
mean?
you got nice blue eyes just like myself.
And again.
But they're mean. They're like rough and tough,
like
blue
they're
eyes.
ice starting early. Exactly. They cut glass.
They cut the glass.
You can just look.
These are man shit eyes.
It cuts.
I'll scratch your eyes out.
How much coffee did you have today?
He looks like a rabid fox because he's so red.
Dude, I'm red right now.
Deep in through the nose.
I'm already slightly winded. I feel like I rolled like 2 times.
We don't do any of that liberal stuff. Calm yourself down. You know what I mean?
I'll do my yoga. Dude, I gotta be honest. I came in, I'm like, man, I'm more flexible than I've ever been. He's like, wow, that's impressive. How you doing? And I go,
Forget about jiu-jitsu.
I go yoga. And he wanted to see what like, what? I go, no, I was just kidding, not yoga. I'm doing a design.
Make it sound manly or yoga for
I'm doing a design set of stretches.
No, it's called Pilates. You little rascal. You're doing Pilates now. Now you're, what do they call those, yoga gurus or what is that called?
A yogi. I'm a yogi. I'm just gonna say this. I'm putting this out there.
Yogi beer.
I do my yoga at my house in my basement because this the chick that I'm doing it, and it's on YouTube, and the chick I'm doing, she's number one, she's sexy. And I think she's a little bit of a freak.
Is that what you tell them when they ask if you're spiritual? You tell them to do yoga?
She has a freak side to her that I'm in tune with.
So let me get this straight. You're watching a G-rated.
Yeah, it's
G-rated yoga video.
100%.
And she's doing something.
And I feel like
you don't see G, you see R.
She's sending out vibes to me, man.
She's like Jodie Foster, David Hinckley.
And I even do it with my wife. And I'm like, babe, did you just see that? Like, did you get the connection that we have going on here?
Wrong. And I am
Dude, she's a little freak. I can tell she has like a safe word and one of those
There's a mental
rooms.
health facility next door, and we should drop them off after the episode because it just doesn't matter. So tell us about. To get on the man shit, tell us about this weekend. What happened with the 6-pointer?
Oh, it was a phenomenal weekend. I was in the woods with my
6-pointer?
cousin.
What do we?
6-pointer. Yeah, this ain't I want to meet that 6-pointer. I'm still looking for the 3-pointer. Arnold Schwarzenegger still has me looking for the 3-pointer. Yeah, I was in the woods. It was early morning. 6-pointer. It was like almost too perfect. My cousin.
Were you wearing this hat?
I was.
Fucking A then. All right.
I was. Decked out in camo. Fog on the ground, quiet, cool morning, felt it in the air, 6-pointer walks right at me, didn't think I was gonna have a shot, all of a sudden it quarters, full draw.
For those people who don't know what a quarter is, tell them. Because it could dime, it could nickel.
Sure, when a deer walks towards you, you wait for it to quarter to give you a broadside shot.
Yeah.
So if he's head on, obviously you're not gonna have a shot.
It's called a kill shot.
Yeah,
I don't want to start trouble, but if you're hunting with me and Paul, if you so much as sniff anything, it could be a tree full of chickadees. It doesn't have to quarter nothing. I'm shooting shit and I'm shooting a lot. I can hear a ruffle in the bushes and I'm shooting at it.
It's getting shot.
So it don't have to quarter. I'm just letting you know.
buy into all the squirrels convincing you that it's a deer, huh?
Dude, do you know how many pheasants I've literally shot with a freaking slug?
He shot them ethically and honorably.
It was a good kill.
But yeah, it was actually really bummer, man. I thought I made a great shot on it, but
No, it's bow season right now.
yeah,
right?
it's bow
okay,
season.
yeah.
So first deer I saw was a buck. It was awesome, loose. The arrow went right into his shoulder.
Wait, you got it?
I nailed him, but I
saw
it-
pictures.
You couldn't track him.
No, I think I hit the scapula because the arrow didn't go through. It stopped, and as he ran off, he ran into a tree and it snapped off. So with the broadhead in the shoulder, we tracked him for like 3 hours, had a good blood trail, and then it deered off. And it was just really frustrating because this is why we practice. We put in the time to make sure that we make clean, ethical kills. And a lot of people brag about, their successes or the deer that they caught. A lot of people don't talk about the time that they missed or they wounded a deer. Because it is a shitty experience, but the reality is it's part of it, and that's
That's
it's
the
funny.
hunt.
Well, that's part of being the man stuff. I mean, look, sometimes you're gonna make a kill, sometimes you're gonna do something really shitty, and we try to make it as few as far in between. I want a clean kill, I want a healthy kill. I don't want to injure an animal and set it back out there. But they're resilient animals. I mean, you'd be surprised. There's times where I've claimed a deer and I found two slugs in its rear and an arrow in its ribcage.
If it was a slug in the rear, it was probably my because I will shoot.
I'm surprised you got both of them
Give me
off.
a gun and I shoot shit.
Well, I can tell you this right now. If we were on the hunting trip with you, that deer wouldn't have had a fucking chance. I can tell you right now because you know what happened?
Arrows into
Oh no, because the minute,
Arrows, we
the minute
bring
the arrows
handguns
didn't work-
exactly. during bow season.
The minute the arrows didn't work, all of a sudden
the Glock
my
comes out.
sidearm would be out,
And
and you'd hear nothing but rapid fire
it.
until you saw the deer go like this. Like that, and that would be the end.
Dude,
and
we have
and
Claymore mines
and
set
we'd
up
be
just
high
for
fiving.
misses.
I would like to know.
You'd be pissed
for any
off, but
deep-
him and I would be high fiving, saying "fuck that deer."
Any deep officers paying attention, I was in the woods just with my bow and arrow. No misses whatsoever.
Listen, we grew up hunting too. But here's the thing. Different time, different age. But we would go deer hunting. But the minute that deer hunting was spoiled, everything else was open
And
season.
let's be honest, deer hunting gets spoiled after
Easily.
the first shot.
Of course.
Or if it's just too damn cold.
Okay,
Okay,
that's true,
first
too.
shot, or if it's just too damn cold, it's like, fuck this, let's just kill everything.
Well, we go deer, then if we don't get the deer, we go straight to the tree chickens and start taking out squirrels because they're delicious.
They are delicious.
I'm putting a slug into a squirrel because I want to watch. I just want to see,
nothing
see
left.
fur. I just want to see
He wants to
fur.
just fur.
The poof.
No, trust me. We've been on hunting expeditions where we've shot at pheasants, chickadees, and snapping turtles.
Fish.
Pheasants are delicious.
Oh yeah, no,
Yeah,
they're hey, listen, all that wild game is delicious, but we like the guns. Period.
I can't
Listen,
wait.
I want to go bow hunting too, but I want a crossbow. Because that's
You got a season
that's
for
a-
that.
I want
yeah.
the crossbow.
You got a
For me,
season
I
for
want a
that.
crossbow.
Hell yeah.
Because that's just like having a gun. You never can have enough.
How often do you hunt?
Every weekend right now.
Really?
Yeah, so it's the.
Are you more of a bow hunter or are you more of a...
I'm a hunter, so I'm a whatever's in season hunter. So right now,
awesome.
bow season goes until the end of the season. You can do it all season long. Right now, the rut's coming towards the end of the month. I think it's actually going to be a week early, but it usually.
I'm in a rut too. My wife and I haven't been connected. So what kind of rut are you talking about?
He's been waiting. He's been trying to figure out that joke the whole time.
It's been like 2 days
shoot
since
that in
I
your
was
eye.
away this weekend. I got nothing
So
except
throw some
except
scent
my
out
buddies.
there. Throw some scent out there. Maybe you need to mark the house again.
I pee all over the floor all the time. Sometimes if I don't shake it enough, it just dribbles on my pants. So I mean, there's scent.
You're at that age now.
Oh, dude. Let me
He
tell you
rubs against
something.
the walls too. The cheek of his ass. He rubs.
Yeah, every Sunday, Monday, Tuesday when I'm off, I definitely try to get out there.
Sunday, Monday. Wow.
Yeah, and then,
Where'd you go?
New York, up with my cousins in Middletown.
Oh, that's nice.
And then
That's
otherwise,
deer country.
I try to go into like public land in Connecticut. But wherever I can, wherever. So anybody who's got some extra land with a deer problem,
Send us a message to the podcast.
And let's
We
be
get it.
honest. Let's be honest. You need to hunt because otherwise those things starve in the winter.
Well, I mean, it's
that's the truth.
I'll tell you
no,
what,
no.
man. There's more fucking deer around than I've ever seen in my
Dude,
life.
I
We need
have-
to expand the season.
bear
in my
I
life.
have 3 in my backyard. And dude, I have Rottweilers that pee and poop everywhere. And guess what? These deer are just like, F you.
yeah,
I don't care.
Unless it's a threat to them, they're not going to be.
Well, there is a threat because I'm hunting with my dogs. I want my Rottweiler to take a deer down.
Take them down. Take the deer down.
So-
absolutely, that is the best part. So
I
it's
think your idea of hunting is go through the McDonald's drive-through.
Yeah, listen, if it's easier that way, I'll run
Wait.
right up there and I'll get myself some.
And I like to do it front to back. Like I'm a fan of Steve Rinella. If you're out there and you're hunting,
I do front to back. What do we?
Well,
what
you
the
should be-
hell? You just jumped.
front to back.
tangents.
Well, listen,
gotta
stay
guide.
away, steer left of the bestiality and stay with me. Steer left. No deer or animal.
Just for the record, I do
puns
nothing to the
intended.
left. Just in case you're wondering. We do nothing
to the left.
We do nothing to the left. This is man shit.
Whatsoever.
I'm going to steer to the right. Now you have my attention.
ultra right. Genghis
Just
Khan.
going in a circle the whole time. But I mean, you should break down your deer. Like a lot of guys will bring it to a processor and let them cut it up for it. But that's half of what you're doing.
I saw Joe Colombo today.
He is number one hunter.
All I
out
know is if there's an apocalypse,
He's
I'm
living.
going to Joe Colombo's house.
He's living.
He's got all the guns. I got plenty of guns too, so I'll bring mine. I'm going to Joe's.
And he knows how to survive.
Yeah, so he'll be able to survive like he's at a 5-star restaurant. So I'm going to Joe Colombo's house, period.
He'll have
If that
100
happens.
turkeys around his house because we've been calling him all day.
He's giving it away out. He leaves today. He goes, I'll be out there by 3 o'clock today. He goes, I don't care. I'm getting something. I said, Joe, if it's brown, it goes down. He goes, that's right. I go, bring me back some venison. You got it. But that's the guy. He does it.
He's a hunter.
But I got a funnier hunting story.
All right, let me hear this one.
Once upon a time, Chirka,
Long ago.
1992, 91, we were coming up Panorama Drive in Patterson, approaching the Shay house.
Oh, no.
There was a deer in front of the house.
Oh, I know.
There was myself.
And this was, I think it was nighttime.
It was nighttime.
It was nighttime.
It was
yeah,
at
it was.
night.
Yes, it was night.
It was at night.
And I had a crab, just for the record, I had a crab apple tree.
So they just flocked.
All the time they were at my yard.
Exactly.
Okay.
So we come up the hill to the Shay residence.
I think we had a night of festivities.
Nice
that night.
festivities. We're out and
we were
about.
having a good time.
Tomfoolery.
Yep.
You know, TNA and pop, basically what we did.
Absolutely. Man stuff,
Man
TNA
stuff,
and pop.
We're coming home, and it's myself, it's Chris Shay, and it's John Carlo. And there's this deer.
And this is when John Carlo was in his prime, baby.
John Carlo would look at you and die. You would die from his look. His
Absolutely.
Look would kill you.
I'm gonna punch that deer in the face.
Dude. Oh, shit!
I already know. I already know.
And here's the best part. He wasn't kidding.
He was a kid. So I'm going to segue to you to take the. And this is people. This is a true story. There is no embellishing. We're not adding any
I wasn't there. I
to it.
wasn't there, and I can
Okay.
almost guarantee you everything they're saying is probably
Okay,
100%
it was.
accurate.
Oh no, it's 100% true. We approach the Shay residence, crab apple tree, deer's out front. Begin.
We pull up, and the deer's like almost in the driveway, so it's hard for us to pull in.
Sure.
And the deer's not moving. It gave us the look like, what are you doing interfering with my meal? So I'm like, shit, what are we gonna do? What are we gonna do? All of us, was he in the back of the car?
I don't remember.
I don't remember
I don't
exactly
remember.
where he was, but he looks out, he gets ready to jump out of the car, and we're like, I look at Paul looks at me, I'm like, what is he doing? He goes, don't worry, I'll take care of this. I'm gonna punch him right in the face. And,
Did he do some footwork
and
prior?
the best part was,
Did he do some footwork prior? He just came in with the haymaker.
we think he's kidding.
No, he's not.
He's not. He tries to jump out of the car and hit the. I'm
Did he
like,
duck and hook? Like, what was the angle of
He
attack?
was walking the deer down.
Walked him down.
JC didn't like the deer. He had bad intentions.
He had
and
bad
wanted
intentions.
to impose violence on the deer and told him, "I'll punch that fucking deer right in the mouth." Okay, that is not.
talking to
that's
me?
not a lie. That's the truth. And he was going. And he tried to
And
do
he
it.
had to. He did. He got out of the car.
Yeah.
And the deer took off.
Yeah.
He jumped out to snuff
To
the deer.
legitimately punch a deer. And guess what? I bet he could have knocked that deer out.
Is there so
He would have
is there a
decapitated
hunting
him.
season for fists, or is it just year round?
Listen,
I think if you can punch a deer in the face, I think that's,
Year round,
I
that's
think
game.
I don't think you'll get in trouble.
No,
Yeah.
you can't. How can you not? How could you? I mean, it's like
Especially it was late. We were coming home. We just wanted to go to bed. We wanted to get and there's a deer interfering with us trying to finish our night.
no meat loss.
So
No.
if you think about it, you just
No meat loss.
you're not mounting it because it's probably gonna have
JC
caved
would
in.
have hit it with one of his left hooks, and the side of its skull would have just collapsed, and it would have been a dead deer. And we would have had the field dress of deer in the fucking drive. And we'd have to find a knife. You'd have to go inside and tell your mother, "I need a knife."
Nah, JC would have just with his pinky. I got this.
Yeah, JC would
Mom, what happened? The hoof.
Kali Ma right into the chest.
You know, Mom, I just need this knife for the hoof. For the hoof.
Nah, the deer, the deer's hoof is stuck in the car.
The
The paw.
No, the hoof.
The hoof. Yeah.
Yeah, this is a hoof. The hoof.
The hoof was stuck. It's stuck in the grill, Ma. I gotta get it out.
That is a true story.
Yeah, it is.
And if you had to be there because he had that look in his eye.
He had the look of bad intentions.
Yeah,
All
he had
joking
bad
aside,
intentions.
he was getting out to punch the deer. And
He
if the deer
was-
stayed there long enough, it was on.
Now,
What did he
if he
do?
would have got to the deer.
Was he talking shit to it as he was like, fuck Rudolph?
he talked
He was
shit to us.
He was
And
trying
then
to
he
sneak
got
up
out
on
and
it.
punched the deer.
He was trying to sneak up on it so he can legitimately fuck it up.
Yeah.
I still to this day I'm like,
What I find most impressive about it was that he wanted to do it. and he thought he could catch the deer.
Yeah, that's the funniest.
That's the best part.
The best part, yeah.
You're not catching a fucking
My
deer.
question is, after that experience, did you then take JC on all your hunting trips and have him sniff out a
No,
deer?
and
or
him
how did
and
that-
I.
Go get him, JC. Go get him.
You know, you put a little bell on him, have him run through the woods to try and kick up the deer or the pheasant.
When you hear the boxing bell ring in the middle of the woods, that means you got a deer.
Put a picture of the deer with the bell. Like, go get him. Condition him. You know, it was like that movie with Jet Li when he's like that. They basically made him like a fighter. And they would tear him up. Remember the movie, right? Tear him up, and he put him in the ring and he kicked everyone's ass.
What's
Like
the
he had
name
a
of it, though?
he had a collar on.
Oh.
Right, they
Yeah.
put a collar on him. And he like did
They-
whatever.
they can control
play it.
him,
He goes,
yeah.
they take the collar. They go tear him up. And then Jet Li would go out there and whoop everyone's ass. JC is the deer hunter.
he is the modern day deer
Deer
hunter.
hunter.
Was he intoxicated?
No,
No, that's just JC.
that's the point.
That's just JC.
That was just him.
No, that was him.
That was just
he
him.
was pissed the deer was in our way,
Yep.
and he was ready to go snuff a deer. And the best part was, we laughed about this. We've been laughing for 20-something years.
We're still laughing about it. In fact, here you go.
But since we're talking about hunting, part of the man shit episode, I'm telling you, he was the first ever recorded, at least modern day, barehanded.
Did he have some of that like elk antler serum inside of him at the
we just, it
time?
was the luck of, listen, the only serum that was necessary was the crab apple tree.
That's all you
which
needed.
drew the
You're dead, dude, and let me tell you something, you drew a
and that
lot
was
of
it.
them.
It
All
was
I can
just-
say is this: if you have any video footage of anybody or any of your friends punching deers in the head, send them in.
It's like that guy who went after the kangaroo who was beating up his dog.
Oh yeah! And he put the 1-2s
Hell
on the
yeah.
kangaroo. I'll punch the shit out of a
Let me-
kangaroo.
you mess with my dog, I'm
tell you right now.
punching it too.
The
Absolutely.
kangaroo took it like a champ, though.
Hell yeah, they're used to fighting
tough.
each other,
Yeah,
you know.
they're tough.
And the best looking at kangaroo's face is like, this dude just punched me.
Yeah, he was almost like, good on you, man. Good on you. Cheers. You're right. Hey, you get a pass. Let him go.
Well, that guy's lucky that kangaroo
They didn't
jump
open up on him.
Open
Bam,
shit up,
kick him,
yeah.
right? They jump and kick you in the chest
Yeah,
with that
they'll
shit.
cut you open.
Cut you open and put his
Not JC.
rib cage. No, JC went through the straight right, left hook, and the kangaroo be sleeping. And JC be standing over the kangaroo going, look at you now.
Yeah.
Look at you now. Call your cousin the deer. I want him next. I want him next.
Call your cousin the wallaby. You're nothing.
I want him next. There's no doubt about that.
So was he typically like this?
Yes.
Absolutely.
He's wiry.
Absolutely. Absolutely.
He's wiry.
His wiring?
Wiry.
Wiring. He's wiring.
Wiry.
Wiry.
So funny. Can't make it up. You really can't make it up. It just, that is a classic. No embellishment. It happened.
And that's just the
It
type
just-
of stuff that
it-
we
it
dealt
is
with
what
on
it-
a daily
it is what
basis.
it
And that's a dying
growing up.
that mentality is a
so
dying
funny. That's a dying
mentality.
breed.
That mentality is
Yeah,
not
yeah.
around anymore.
It just, it's great. It
You're not
really
seeing
is.
that in the Utes.
No.
You're not seeing that in the Utes these days.
You're not seeing any of that in the U.S.
They're probably making crab apple pies for the deer,
Right.
So that way they don't hurt the deer's feelings.
I
'cause
gotta
deers are
tell you
sensitive.
that as you can tell, it still brings much joy to us just
Hey, I'm
talking.
getting some feedback here, guys. Up, Betty from Brunswick.
From Bellamar.
She thinks you guys are being cruel to animals. And
Yeah,
you
that's
shame
fine.
yourself.
Yeah, that's fine. I understand. I apologize. Sorry.
Well, here's the thing.
It's a more ethical kill this way rather than him being locked up in a cage and eventually slaughtered.
And let's be honest, JC, one punch JC back in the day, that's an ethical
That's
kill
an ethical kill
also.
also.
That's an
Done.
ethical kill.
Yeah.
And the other part of that is that, okay, did you want them to starve to death?
Absolutely. Or more importantly, or do you want them to run out into the street, hit a car, and possibly have human death?
Look, I mean, it's if it's not that, then they're being held down by a bear and being eaten alive. If it's not that, they're being teamed up on by a pack of coyotes and being torn apart. If it's not that, it's disease or sickness. I mean, look, anybody who sits there and thinks that it's cruelty to animals or something like that, hunting, you don't know what it's like.
Also,
the
tell
majority of
them-
those people don't go into the woods. They don't know what it takes. They don't know what goes into it. Yeah, unfortunately, there
You're
are.
eating the meat though too, so
Well,
there's
for
a
sure.
big difference.
I'm not a trophy kind of guy.
Yeah.
I do it specifically for the meat. I don't hate anybody who does the trophy thing because it all has its
You
place.
should do both, to be honest
Yeah.
with you.
But
a nice set of deer legs for a lamp. I mean, we all had those in our house. I know. I grew up with deer leg lamps.
I like the the hangers. The hoof hangers.
Oh yeah,
Hang your
hang up
coat
your
on the
coat
hoof.
and stuff.
Yeah.
I mean, come on.
We had the 3/4 man of the bear. My dad shot
Yeah,
a bear.
that's right. Yeah, you did. I
He shot a
remember
bear,
that.
man. We had that.
Yeah.
We had that and pheasants.
Yeah.
No deer.
We all had
You go to
pheasants.
some dudes, like you go to Steve Smith's house as a kid, the guy had 10,000.
It was
10,000
scary.
yeah.
Dude,
It's
stuff
like,
was looking at you all over
there
the
was
place. You're
nothing,
like this.
no furniture except deer heads looking
Yeah.
at you. So, some dudes get a little carried away with with that shit.
Oh, man,
There's no doubt about it.
For me, it's all about the food, though. I would love to be self-sustainable on just hunting.
Yeah, hey, that'd be nice. And you'd be doing.
That's the purest
You'd
meat.
be doing a service too.
How do you feel about big game hunting?
I'm fine with that. When you do your research, especially like in Africa, when you do your research about how it goes down. Look, I don't want to see an animal die just because somebody wants to kill it. But when you understand that people in Africa, if there's no value on those animals, they'd rather have them slaughtered because people in Africa want to have land to grow their crops or land to raise their cattle. And when lions are taking off with your cattle and that's your moneymaker, you're going to be pissed off. But if you have a group of people that are specifically designed to come in to pay attention
control.
Listen, the ideology of humans are messing with Mother Nature is bullshit. We've already messed with Mother Nature. If you own a house, if you own a piece of land, you're already fucking with their habitat.
You drive a car.
Yeah, period. But the habitat thing is the biggest thing. The biggest killer to all animals is habitat loss. And if you own a house or you own a home, you're hypocritical by saying XYZ about animals because you're part of the fucking problem. We have to manage populations. We have to use ecologists to manage how many animals are in that area and that space and time, how many animals can be taken every year. And that money goes back into hunting. And anybody who argues otherwise, I challenge you to prove me wrong. Look at the 1900s when we made market hunting legal and we almost, we got rid of the carrier pigeon. Buffalo almost got wasted. Whitetail were almost gone. There's more animals now. A testament to this policy. Look at black bear in Connecticut. Look at moose showing up in Connecticut. 10 years ago, you didn't see this. Not to the numbers that you see it now. It's because
of the fuck out of a bear.
It's conservation.
Hell yeah.
I'm not playing games.
But it's conservation. It's all part of it. You have to. If you have a male that's no longer breeding, it's no longer viable, and it's out there killing young animals that are able to breed, you're hurting the species, and you really need to, you got to cull the herd. And it's not like cattle on a farm, but if you don't think it's just like raising other animals, wildlife's the same thing. We manage the population. It's a very important part of it.
Frank,
Wow, that was awesome.
you're very passionate about your hunting.
Yeah, absolutely. Well, I'm passionate about stuff that I do, research on and educate myself on. And my biggest frustration is people who speak, absolutes and they haven't even done their homework. I was a kid who was raised on, I grew up around farming. My grandparents are Italians from Italy that,
Fucking guineas, it's all they
yeah,
give.
they raise chickens, they raise cattle. That's
To eat later on,
Yeah,
yeah.
shit
To get
too
the,
going on.
yeah.
And they took great pride in raising that stuff and doing
The
it.
problem is majority of people live in the city nowadays. They don't even know how to wipe their ass there anymore. So, everybody's doing something for them. Yeah. If you don't like hunting, go get a tag, go get a gun, go hunt for yourself. After you kill your first animal, if you still feel the same way, I understand. Stop. I understand.
But at least give it a try.
Yeah, but understand it's just not a bunch of cowboys going out there murking everything that they see.
Well, I'm a cowboy and I murk everything.
Look, we
I can
joke
possibly
around and
do.
we say funny things for
I'm not
sure.
really
though.
joking. I'm not really joking. I like to just shoot things and kill things and watch them drop.
Listen, I cannot have the deep officer show up to my house.
Did you see that one thing I saw it, I think it was on Facebook, where the guy trophy hunted
I'll shoot
lion,
mosquitoes.
Yeah.
If they're
and
big
the
enough.
and their whole, and the other, all of a sudden the other lion came and attacked them.
Hell yeah, that was awesome.
It's like, well, that's pretty fucking
That
stupid.
was awesome.
But it's like, it's pretty stupid. Like, you're not paying attention. It's called a pride for a reason. They run together.
They run in packs.
Right? They run in packs.
Yeah.
So what do you think, you're going to kill one and they're not going to see who you are?
But that's the other thing. You're sitting there criticizing the hunter, saying XYZ. The minute, whether you got a gun or a bow or whatever, the minute you step out into the woods, the actual woods, whether it's in Africa or somewhere else in the world, you're becoming part of the food chain.
Of course you are.
yeah.
And
What's that feeling like?
it's fucking real. It's real. There is no cozy. You have your wits about you, and you better be paying attention.
Do you feel connected to the universe and nature? To all
Look,
that?
I feel the most free and stress-free when I'm in the woods because there's a sense of belonging. It feels like it feels natural. It's weird. It's weird.
They call it earthing.
Maybe for some
New
people
age
they can
style.
just go through the woods and walk and love nature and stare at the trees and the animals, and that's great. Look, the majority of the time I'm in the woods, I'm not killing an animal. The majority of the time I'm sitting there staring and watching the forest
Freezing
look up around
your
me.
butt off.
Not if you dress
Hungry
properly.
and freezing. Yeah. That's what my years I remember of hunting. Well, I was hungry and I was freezing. My
early.
dad got me up way too early.
Cold, and pissed off.
Five.
That's what happened. When is this over?
Yeah.
When is this over?
Dad, when can we go home? When can we go home? Are we almost done? Are we almost done?
No, but I like
and then,
that.
And then I remember this too. Watch.
Yeah. And that's when I decided, and I found pheasant hunting, where you can make as much noise as you want.
Yeah.
You can go crazy. Dogs can
Dogs
go
are
crazy.
involved, and I love dogs.
And that's what it's. And you don't have to go at 4 in the morning.
You can go
anytime.
Anytime
pheasant
you
hunting.
want.
Pheasant hunting is find a field because they're in there. set your dogs loose, or you just walk to the field and
they jump up,
get
they
them out.
scare the hell out of you.
Yeah.
I remember growing up, I was the dog. My dad's like, my dad was like, run through these things.
what
And
I'm telling you, just
and
bring
you walk
JC
up
with
and
you
they,
next
they
time.
jump up
Yeah,
and you're like,
in the
you're
cornfield.
scared. Yeah, hell yeah.
Exactly.
Oh man, that was horrible.
But that's hunting to me. The deer hunting, I outgrew quick. I'm the first one to say it for all those reasons. And that was even
Because
back
here's
when
the
I was a
thing,
kid.
you could be actually doing your due diligence and doing what you're supposed to do and just muscling through everything, and somebody shoots over there.
Done.
The whole freaking morning
You're done.
shot.
Yeah, well, that's why I don't.
I'm like, are you kidding me?
Don't get me wrong. There's times where we set up, on the.
I would take the deer, stand it back up, and let us all shoot at it. Like if you go fishing and you catch the fish, you throw it back in just so you can catch it again. Just stand that shit back up. I want to take a couple shots at it too.
Pull the slug out. It'll be fine.
He's fine, don't worry about
Rub
it.
some dirt on it. He's gonna be good. I like spot and stalk. I like the challenge. I like tough.
What
I
about
like
the push?
Yeah, well,
These
I
guys
like
that push stuff too,
I
right?
like the challenge though. Like, look, anybody can sit there and have something walk by. I mean, if you're using calls, that's one thing. But for me, like hiking 2-3 miles into the woods, carrying it out, packing out, that's all part of it.
I got a four-wheeler for that.
The
Hell
hunt.
yeah. Carrying it out? What is wrong with
I got two.
What
matter of
generation
fact,
are you living
matter of
in?
fact, I got 2 four-wheelers for that. And we could use them both if you want. And I'll drive.
And you know the best part about that hunting would be driving the four-wheelers
Exactly.
afterwards, after everything's scared and we didn't get
Just
anything.
shooting while you're driving by.
Exactly. Exactly. Because then you can make a lot of noise and use the four-wheelers to scare the doves.
Yeah.
Okay, the pheasants, and you can have a guy in the back shooting at everything.
And just going fast on a four-wheeler's fun.
So you three don't hunt together.
Absolutely not.
He'd be pissed in about a nanosecond.
Probably.
Not even a full, because him and I would get
I would do one of these jammies. Hello, guys. Where are ya?
how much longer?
I come walking through.
So everything's really quiet. Frank, I think I see something.
You got to remember, when we hunted, okay, as the patience wore thin,
Which was
quick.
quick.
Especially if you went for the evening hunt, right? Because there's strict laws. Like when it gets dark, you shoot, you get in a lot of trouble.
Yeah.
Like big fucking trouble.
Yeah.
And let me tell you something. These game wardens,
They don't mess
joke.
around. Dude,
They'll take your shit.
It don't matter who you know and
But they're not just police officers. They're federal officers.
Yeah,
they
man.
can search you without
they
a warrant.
can take your
It's not a
shit.
joke.
They can mess your life up.
100%.
And rightfully so. It's dangerous shit. Yeah. So when the sun's coming down, you're antsy because like if you don't see something soon,
you waste
the whole fucking afternoon. So guys like him and I, we basically say, okay, if I don't do something now, I have no fun. So what
I didn't clean my gun. I didn't clean this all night, not to dirty it.
Not to use it. So what happens is I'm in a tree stand, and it may be him, it may be, and if it's another one of our other friends that have the same mindset when it comes to hunting, when I see that it's dusk, okay, I'm like,
Switch to fully
I'm like,
automatic.
fuck this. Safety comes off, and I pick a tree, and I shoot the fucking tree until I'm emptied my gun.
Is this where I put the text? Do not try this at home.
But I'm just telling you, this is back in the days. And then when one guy shot, everyone shot.
Dude,
So all you heard was boom, 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 boom. It sounded like a friggin' war zone. Because I was like, all right, fuck it, nothing's
What'd
coming out
you
now.
go after? Well, I went after a bush. What about you? Oh, dude, I hit it over.
Yeah, exactly. So for us, it was always about the guns. There's no doubt about that. So if I couldn't use my gun, there was a problem.
Frank, can you give a quick advice about hunting or your thoughts about it?
Yeah, I mean, listen,
Before Paul wraps up.
If it's something you definitely want to get into, I highly recommend do your homework. Educate yourself on as much as possible. We need more hunters out there. Every dollar that you spend on any kind of hunting or outdoors equipment goes to conservation. If you really want to and care about animals and you want conservation, I know it sounds counterintuitive, but hunting is the way to go because buying the tags, ecology, all of it all, I mean, it's a science, and the North American model is the best one. So get out there, whether it's a bow, whether it's a rifle, get your tags, hunt ethically, hunt safe.
And blow shit up.
And enjoy, absolutely.
I don't even have to add to that. Guys, man shit, hunting, guns,
Man
love
shit.
it. That's all there is to it. The Matt Chat Podcast with myself, Paul Ciatto, cousin Frank Ciatto, Chris Shay, Peter Olbert. We'll see you next time.
Oh, I like that.
You like that?
I like that.
Let it rip.
Hold on. I want to do something.